What is good, everybody? What is good? What is good? I want to welcome you back to another episode of the Bryce Benjamin Podcast, and I appreciate you so much for tuning in to hear what I got to say. Well, not just me, but the guests I have along on the episode. And every time I get on this episode, I'm going to keep saying this. I don't give a fuck how annoyed y'all get it with it. I'm going to keep saying this. I fucking love you guys. You guys are amazing, man. Listen, every episode, I'm getting so much positive feedback. I'm getting so much love. Man, you guys are killing it. You guys are killing it, man. I love you guys. I seriously do. I appreciate each and every one of you that take the time out of your day to download this, to listen to this, just to hear what me and my guests got to say, man. It's been awesome. I really do appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I'm going to keep saying this every episode. I don't give a fuck. Love you. On this episode, as you can see by the description, you can see the title. I got my man Matt Johnson and the man of many podcasts. This dude got his hands in everything, man. He's one of the hardest working men I know, period. You know, full-time job. He's got like 5 or 6 different podcasts that he does. He has a wife and he, looks out. Man, this dude is all over the place, man. Definitely a big motivation factor for me. And we had an awesome conversation. We had a really awesome conversation. Sports, football, movies, comic books, superheroes, you name it, man. We talked about it. Longer episodes, about 2 hours. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. Y'all sit back, relax. Y'all give it up. Show some love from my guy, Matt Johnson. And we are rocking and rolling. Matt Johnson, what is good, my dude?
Oh, nothing much, buddy. How are you?
Feeling good, man. Got that shot in us?
Yeah,
I'm feeling shot of liquor.
Feeling really
loosen up the pipes.
Real spicy right now.
Real spicy.
Real spicy.
Yeah, I told you that shit is no joke.
That was no joke.
No joke at all.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Super proud of you. For taking on your own show. I know you wanted to do it. Ed's doing his thing.
Shout out to Ed Jesse. Ed Jesse Encounter. Make sure y'all check it out.
Absolutely. It's just. Yeah, it's good to see how far you're blossoming. I'm watching you. This is all your creative direction. It's legit whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Whatever you want it to be. And I love it, man. I'm very proud of you. Congrats on it. You've had great guests so far. Been doing a great job, and I'm absolutely honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, I'm happy you joined the show, man. First of all, I appreciate all that, man. That. Honestly, you don't know how much that means. Like, seriously, man. You definitely. Oh, my girlfriend calling me. Yeah, she'll be all right. Talk to her in a minute. But yeah, man. Like, it's really truly a pleasure that you first of all came on the show to join me on the episode, and then like everything you just said, man. Like, really truly appreciate it.
Dude, it's well deserved, man. Definitely. I recognize hard work, and you guys. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
everything you've done for me. We go back from since high school. And yeah, I'm just happy to be still like around. Like I don't know. I don't talk with a lot of people that I used to from high school. It's very sporadic, and I mean, I'll be the first. You and I weren't the best of friends in high school by any means. We interacted with each other. We knew who each other were.
We did messing with Johnson videos.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Those was classics, dude. I wish I can go back and are those on YouTube? Can we find those?
Only the first one where I dumped Layson in the garbage can. Only the first one.
We might have to pull that up and watch that.
I think so.
That is excellent. Yeah, those videos like that, just in high school in general, just because of I was thinking of my high school experience, period. And I think that class, the media production class, is probably the class I took the most out of. So yeah, in media production, I think that that's the class, like the one class out of all my classes I had in high school that I probably took the most out of and able to apply it to life now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Probably only second to lunch, but no, I completely agree. And we got to give a shout out to Mr. Moranto, Rich Moranto.
Shout out to Mr. Moranto.
And myself and Layson have had this conversation too about that taught us skills to adapt to this century. I mean, I get it. You have to teach math, have to teach science, have to teach history. In every other class that we had to take, but media was an optional thing. We took it, and look how it's benefiting us. Myself, this is over 10 years after I graduated high school. So I'm still reaping the rewards from it, and really enjoying it. It's very grateful for Mr. Moreno, unsung
Seriously.
hero at Niagara Falls High School.
He really is, man. Like I've learned, and like in the class itself, like a lot of it I remember was dealing with Final Cut Pro, learning how to edit videos and stuff like that, which I definitely took a lot of because I remember making like it was a lot of fun. First of all, in that class,
Hell yeah,
like going to that class and shooting a video with the cameras and then coming back and editing. I remember I did like a couple commercials, like kind of spoofing the Geico commercials. Remember those joints?
Yeah,
Where they had
yeah.
like the money symbols looking at them and the music would play. I remember I spoofed that a couple of times and just stuff like that. But then like taking that aspect of it and then transitioning to what we're doing now with podcasting.
Yeah.
And even though it wasn't like a direct correlation where it's like, okay, I was doing podcasting and media production.
The editing is all the same.
Exactly.
It's all the same.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, I remember like I remember when I first started doing this and then I was like edited the first podcast. I was like, yo, this is what I was doing in high school. Like, oh yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
And it started to just come all together for me.
Not with the his nice computers, unfortunately, but
Right.
it's still remotely the same, and big testament to it. I just started. I slowed down a little bit, but I bought a web camera. I started doing YouTube videos a little bit.
I've been watching those,
and I got to get back on track with it. But just that stuff using a different movie editor, to edit that stuff, and just remembering what we did there, just super simple, carried over very easily. So very grateful for that. That whole opportunity. It was probably my favorite part of high school. One of my favorite parts of high school.
Yeah, it was fucking phenomenal, man. I remember we used to just go in there and like chill out and have like, I remember we had some really good conversations in that class as well. Like some deep shit.
Real deep stuff.
Right. Like I'm just like.
It got a little rough sometimes.
It did.
And then like if it got a little rough, I was like, yo, Bryce, we're going to record another Messing with Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go. Layson, John, let's go.
Yep.
Spaz.
I remember we did the fucking, the Mortal Kombat joint. Do you remember that? We did the Mortal Kombat fight scene in the
right by the auditorium.
Yup, right near the PAC or PCA.
Yep.
Or PAC, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, PAC.
It was. We were laughing the whole time.
The whole time.
I had so much fun editing that video.
Seriously, dude.
Because it started off because I walked in. We filmed it, so I walked in. And that Andrew Miller was jumping off the top of the vending machine in the corner. You came out of somewhere. Layson came out of that spaz. It was funny because I remember just filming that. I'm like, I was surprised we didn't get caught in trouble with the
How
cameras.
didn't we not get in trouble?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all. It really doesn't. But man, it was just wild because Layson did the fake head stomp thing.
Yep.
And then he kicks Spaz and. But yeah, it was funny because the one scene, Layson kicked Spaz in the ass, and it looked like he pooped himself because his wallet out of his back pocket flew out.
Yep. I do remember that.
And then I whipped up my Spanish binder at Layson's face. He took it like a champ. Mm-hmm. It was so bad, but it was so just funny, just to see that. Well, first of all, you have the most contagious laugh in the world, and it was like you were dead in the video, but you still see you walking around and you were laughing at different stuff.
Just sitting there dying, laughing, dead.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't want to edit that out. That makes this moment.
Right.
And Moreno wasn't happy when he seen me editing. He's like, I can't put this crap on OSC 21. I'm like, no, I know you can't.
Yeah, this is just for us. Like, this is for us to remember.
Yeah, here's another top 10 music videos or something video. I got you.
Man, that class is fucking lit. Shout out to Mr. Moranto. Shout out to Media Production. I hope whoever is in that class right now, you're enjoying the hell out of it, man.
Yeah, take advantage of that, man.
Definitely
you have to. In this day and age, if you're going to do anything, you have to have a social media presence in everything, whether it's YouTube, whether it's podcasts, legit anything. You can grab that out of Media Productions. Mm-hmm. It's just the way it is.
Seriously.
I don't know what classrooms are looking like. I don't know what classes are like nowadays in school, but just me looking back 10 years ago, and like you just attested to, Media Productions put us on this pathway essentially.
Seriously.
It really did. Not so much with so I never did any on-air stuff. So not so much like the microphones and all that, but excuse me. But yeah, everything else that went with it, it helped make an easy transition.
Right.
So
it definitely did, man. again, shout out to Mr. Moranto. Shout out to that class, man. Whoever's in it, enjoy that shit. Take a lot out of it. And you never know where it's going to lead, because it's definitely going to lead somewhere.
That's
At least
for sure.
for me it did. No, for us it did, I should say. All right, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
All right. And I know you've talked about this several different times on several different podcasts, on several different YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But I got to know, I'm going to give you some closure here, for at least for me at least.
I have an idea where this is
You
going.
already know where it's going, man.
Yeah.
So the Andrew Luck shit that happened,
Oh, boy.
the retirement literally, 2 weeks before the season began.
Yep. Exactly 2 weeks.
First of all, I got to get your initial reaction when you first read the news.
Okay. So let me take you back. I had just completed my work league fantasy draft. We had a big fantasy draft party. My dad, my uncles, and a bunch of work friends. We all did our fantasy draft. And actually, the Andrew Luck thing was only the second injury occasion. The first one, I stood up, drafted Lamar Miller. Drafted him. Sat down, and my good friend Donnie McCoy goes, "Hey, I wouldn't have done that if I were you." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "I just got a notification 30 seconds ago that Lamar Miller got carted off the field."
Wow.
Lamar Miller got carted off the field legit as soon as I sat. Like, the announcement was made as soon as I sat down after picking him. So I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." All right, so that was the first one. I had already drafted Luck by this point. I projected him. Of course, I wanted him to be my QB1. I expected him to have a really good year. And then we're cleaning up. We're just kind of hanging out, and I'm sitting down at around the fire pit, and I go. I see the notification. Actually, one of my good friends on the Bills Wire for USA Today, they messaged me originally in our Slack chat, and he goes, "Oh my God, man, I'm so sorry." And I'm like, "What? This can't be real. There's no way this can't be real." Mm-hmm. And it was. Then everyone started tagging me and stuff. I was getting more and more heated because everyone's like, "Matt, you okay?" I was getting phone calls, voicemails, like legit, like, "Don't do anything stupid." I'm like, okay. Like, what do you want me to do? I might be able to. I don't know if the voicemail is still saved, but he's like, "Yeah." My one good friend Andy Garrigan was like, "Hey, don't do just if you think it's bad thoughts, just don't do anything stupid.
Don't do it. Whatever you do, don't jump.
Don't jump." And I was like, "Oh my God, why?" I was like, red. People were staying for the fire pit and enjoying the night, and I was like, "Dad, I gotta go, guys, I gotta go." I'm fucking furious. So I was angered, and I wasn't angry with Andrew Luck. I think I was angry at the situation.
Right.
I was angry that, and I always worried this was going to happen too. I didn't expect it 2 weeks before a season.
Right.
But I hoped for a long career, but yeah, I was I was just mad at the situation. I was like, man, Colts are Super Bowl favorites this year. Like, everything's looking up. This has been the first time in a long time since I've been like fully confident in this team. From a NFL standpoint, like, this team can contend.
Yeah, you guys are Super Bowl contenders. You probably had, and you still do have a great, excellent roster, but with Andrew Luck at the top of it, like, I've seen many people projecting the Colts as the best roster in the NFL and potential Super Bowl favorites.
Absolutely. And, I sat, I pondered, and, as a guy who, experiences like mental health stuff, like routines that aren't just mentally healthy for you just become exhausting.
Yeah.
I understood. I became sympathetic. I would be hypocritical today if I sat and criticized Andrew Luck for doing what he did. It's not my life. Yeah, sure, I love the Indianapolis Colts, but it would just be selfish of me to be like, hey, you can't retire because I said so. So I was happy that Andrew Luck, that takes balls and a lot of heart to really be able to do that 2 weeks before a season. Like, it shows his character, how smart he is, that he was willing to be like, hey, I understand there's a lot of hype behind the season. There's a lot of anticipation. People are expecting a lot from me, but I need to do this for me. And I respected the shit out of it.